It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And we had a glorious time last night at Pastathon. It was unfortunate that Mark Ronner, good evening, Mark Ronner.
Mo, you're back.
It was unfortunate you could not join us. A lot of people were asking about you. A lot.
I missed being there. It sounded like you were having fun.
We were having a lot of fun, actually. And people were asking about Stefan, but they were more asking about Stefan because he was already part of the Tim Conway Jr. show. So they were asking, where's Stefan then? They already knew why he wasn't going to be there at that point, but they didn't know about you. Fans explicitly were upset that you were not there. They expect you there. Why? Because they saw you last year.
Well, I know they want me to be healthy, and last year's when I got super sick, the one and only time I had COVID. But I was jealous. It sounded like everybody was in a good mood and having fun food. Not that I place priority on food over human interaction, but the food was really good. The one time I was there.
We didn't keep you away. I mean, you could have come, but you keep bringing up how you got sick last year.
No, I'm living the life I've built for myself. I accept it.
As a recluse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. When we signed off last night, the total was $945,000 raised for the 14th annual Pastathon, which continues through December 8th, the rest of the week. So you can go to Smart and Final, you can go to Wendy's and still make your donations because we're trying to break some records here. Not for our benefit, but for the children's benefit. It was a great time last night. We had way too much fun. And if you couldn't hear it on the radio, we were giving away prizes during the break. Tuala Sharp was doing trivia on the fly. He was making up the questions as he went to give away T-shirts, mugs, keychains. And Tuala, do we have any more stuff to give away this Friday for the game?
We do. We still have some T-shirts, some mugs, and some keychains for Friday's game.
As a matter of fact, we have some more tickets that we're going to be giving away tonight. And let me just remind you, this is for tomorrow night at La Mirada Theater. So if you should happen to win tickets from us for Grits and Glamour featuring Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan at La Mirada Theater, it is tomorrow, Thursday, December 5th. And we have a number of tickets that we'll be giving away tonight for our country music fans. That's tonight. Shows tomorrow night. So please don't call in and say, oh my gosh, I can't go tomorrow. You should know right now in advance. The show is tomorrow night at La Mirada Theater. And if you can't go tomorrow night, then you shouldn't call in, and you definitely shouldn't try to win these tickets. We want to make sure they're going to people, and we have about, I don't know, a bunch to give away. Let me just say, a bunch to give away. We want to make sure that people who do win them are people who can and want to go to the show tomorrow to see Grits and Glamour, Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan at La Mirada Theater. Oh, and I want to share one comment I received from a listener last night who was in attendance. And for me, it was the best comment of the evening. Because if anything, it highlighted what I was striving to do here for this show. I always wanted to provide a space where there was a show that sounded different from everything else. And I would always say, I'm kind of like beer. I'm kind of an acquired taste. Might be a little bitter at first, but just keep on drinking. You either fall in love with it or you become an alcoholic, you get drunk, but something good is going to come out of you consistently trying this. And her name was Charlotte. She came up to me. She held my hand and said, Mo, I just had to tell you, I had to be here tonight to let you know this. She said, when I first heard you, and I have to assume it was the later version of the show, she said, I did not like you. Straight up, I did not like you. But I kept listening, and now I have to listen to you every single night. Every night without fail. No, she did not mention Mark Ronner, but she did mention me.
Okay.
Of course. Okay. Of course not.
To be fair, when I talked to her afterwards, she said she loves the whole show. She loves the presentation. Okay. She loves how you invite every single listener into the show. She never feels like she's being talked at or about or anything like that. She feels like she's sitting in the room in this conversation. And with Mark, with Foosh.
How big is this room?
I'm in there a little bit, but yeah, she loved herself some Mo.
Well, she was very kind, very gracious, and that was something that really stuck with me. And our auction item to co-host later with Mo Kelly, resounding success, got a winner, and the winner was in the house last night in our live audience. And from what I understand, he was bidding against some 11 or 12 other people at the time. Came down to the wire, and we will be telling you more about the winner. And Wendy's going to be coming on as co-host of Later with Mo Kelly, and he is an absolute fan. Absolute fan. Knows the show up and down. Stays engaged with me on social media at Mr. Mo Kelly on Threads and Blue Sky and everything except X. But we're going to have some fun with that, and we have a fun show for you tonight. We have a conversation with Joe Kwan and also Matt Money Smith, because they've been known to go surfing in the Huntington Beach area, and swimmers have been notified of shark sightings out that way. So we got to make sure that they're going to be okay. California is on the list of the most economically balanced states between bosses and workers. We'll tell you about that. And Wendy's, sponsor of our show, and also Pastathon, they're giving away free Frosties. We'll tell you about that and how you can get them. And to put the fear of God into Walla, we got to tell you the story about a man who went overboard of a cruise ship and feared lost.
That was my only fear about cruising. Literally my only fear. But even seeing this, I said to myself, man, I feel for that guy. I will say a prayer for him on my next cruise.
There's a non-zero chance that it could happen to you, Tuala.
You know, Mark, when I got next to that edge and stared out over their water, my one thought was, if you go into that water, just know you're dead. Yeah. There's no finding you. No, there's no raft. There's no stopping the ship to get you. Just pray you are cut up by the propellers or whatever.
Yeah, don't even bother treading water.
The undertow will get you. Yeah. Hey, Mark, but what you don't know is when Tuala first got on the ship, there was this ship attendee who was checking in people at the various points around the ship. And Tuala had like a 45-minute conversation with this young lady asking about, are there enough lifeboats? You remember that, right?
Yeah. Yes,
in the event of emergency, what do I need to do?
Is it legal to elbow a child out of the way?
And I know this young lady, she could have been more than like 20-nothing. Was saying like, oh my gosh, this guy keeps asking me questions. I don't know.
It's like when your dad argues to bring down the price with the cashier.
Yeah.
They're not responsible for that.
It's not my job. This is a Wendy's. What is your order? Oh, Tuala has to tell that story because only he can recount all the questions that he had for this one young lady who clearly was above her pay grade. When he said, because I remember he did ask, are there enough lifeboats for everyone? I said, oh gosh, here we go. What is she supposed to say? No.
Yeah. I did have a bunch of questions for her. My son was like, oh my God, can we?
Oh, he was embarrassed.
Go?
Yeah, he was embarrassed. Of course, we're giving away a whole bunch of tickets to Grits and Glamour, Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan at La Mirada Theater. The show is tomorrow night, so get ready for those tickets tonight. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Just got to let you know, we got a lot of nice compliments on the bumpers as well. So that means, as Stefan was pointing out, that means not only are you listening, you're listening live to the show on iHeartRadio app or on your radio in your car, or maybe you're at home and you're not catching it only on the podcast. You're catching it live. So thank you for that. Want to tell you about this. You know how we say, or I should say, I stay my ass out of the water, okay? Because nothing good happens with me going in the ocean. Nothing. If I want water, I can go in the shower. I don't need to be out in the ocean with other things which move and have legs and fins and teeth. It's not safe. Swimmers have been notified of shark sightings off Huntington Beach by fishermen. Okay, let's break this down. People were fishing on a pier, noticed sharks, which means the sharks are feeding, which means that there are multiple sharks, which means that they're very close to the shore. Clearly within the range of people who are surfing. And I was kidding, but not really kidding, because Joe Kwan, who you know from Spectrum News and KFI, if you follow her on social media, you'll often see how she's out there surfing. I don't know exactly where she surfs, but I know it's in Orange County. Matt Money Smith of AM 570 LA Sports and also the voice of the Chargers. He surfs all the time. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it's in Orange County, and Huntington Beach is in Orange County. So there's a good possibility that one, neither, both of them are surfing off Huntington Beach's coast. And 2 juvenile sharks were briefly caught by the fishermen, but freed themselves by biting through the lines and returning to the ocean. Okay? They're already pissed off. Already pissed off. The Huntington Beach Fire Department Marine Safety Division has requested assistance from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife to conduct patrol checks. Officials have also collaborated with HB-1 police helicopter to perform a flyover of the area. You will not have to worry about me dying in a shark attack off the coast of Huntington Beach. Now, they want to say that no sharks were observed during these checks, but the area will continue to be monitored with increased patrols. I'm just letting you know. Increasing patrols is not going to make them less likely to eat you, less likely to bite you, less likely to attack you. And maybe I'm just being paranoid. Maybe I'm just too scared, and I am exaggerating the risk. There are certain things I'm just not going to do. The lifeguards offer the following shark safety tips to minimize the risk. I can tell you right now, the best way to minimize the risk is not going to water. And I dare someone to argue with me and prove otherwise. If you want to minimize your risk, stay your ass out of the water. But here's what the lifeguards say to do. Number 1, swim, surf, or dive with other people. And don't move too far away from assistance. Let's just say hypothetically, I was out there surfing and Stefan was out there surfing. I don't want to choose Mark because he's going to feed me to the sharks. But let's just say me and Stefan were out there surfing, and Stefan notices that my leg has been bitten off. What is Stefan supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Yell for help? Blow the whistle? What is he going to do other than die too? If he's smart, he'll swim back to the shore. He'll go back to safety. Why? Because it's safer away from the sharks. But that's what lifeguards say. Swim, surf, or dive with other people. I guess if you go out with a group that you're more safe. I don't get that one.
Yeah, safety in numbers.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, stay out of the water at dawn, dusk, and night, when some sharks may move inshore to feed. So in other words, with the exception of like in the middle of the afternoon, it's unsafe.
Yeah, sharks have that new diet where they eat early in the morning and late at night.
Got it.
They skip lunch.
I got it. But do the sharks know that? I mean, do the sharks know that they only are supposed to eat during those times? Well, has anyone informed them? Are they reading this? Are they hearing this show? Because if they don't know, I don't think we should hold them to the expectation that they're going to feed only at dawn, dusk, or the middle of the night. You know, most people who surf, it's really early in the morning. You know that, right? When they're more likely to get eaten. I don't want to put this on anyone's mind. I don't want anyone to become scared because of this. I mean, Jaws is just a movie.
You don't want anyone to be scared. Sharks are in the water.
I don't want to create a panic. You know, just like in Amity, they were afraid of creating a panic. You saw how that turned out. Here's number 3 on the list. Do not enter the water if you have open wounds or are bleeding in any way.
In any way.
In any way.
Yeah. What is that supposed to mean? I think I know what it means, but I'm saying, it's just weird, the phraseology, okay?
Well, they're trying to be delicate.
I know.
I was going to say they're trying to be kind.
I know. It's just weird.
If you're having any sort of, quote, hemorrhage, you may not want to get in the water.
Do not enter the water if you have open wounds. Avoid murky waters, harbor entrances, areas near steam mouths, channels, or steep drop-offs. Sharks are known to frequent these waters.
So that's where they hang.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like in the water, because that's what they do. Do not wear high contrast clothing or shiny jewelry. What is this? The sharks are going to victimize them and take their jewelry? Going to gaffle them? Sharks out there waiting on them.
They want your bling.
Break yourself, fool. Give me all your stuff. Do not wear high contrast clothing or shiny jewelry.
Who's in the water with jewelry?
Wear dull jewelry.
Try to be inconspicuous for the sharks, okay?
Wear gray clothes, not neon.
Don't get caught.
Tuck your chains.
Right. Refrain from excessive splashing.
Isn't that what you do when you go into the ocean water?
Yes,
playing?
it's not a pool. It's not like you can just float. I mean, oh my goodness. Sharks are known to be attracted to such activity. If a shark is sighted, leave the water quickly and calmly, as opposed to slowly. And this is so bad. So bad. Why? Of course you're going to leave the water quickly. Of course.
Well, you don't want to be rude to the shark. Here, I think you missed one. I've got one for you right here that might be helpful to people.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
You know, if you do get bitten, you want the shark repellent bat spray.
Is it effective?
In the Midwest.
Landlocked states.
Oh, yes.
Okay. It says
if you use it in Indiana, you'll almost never get bitten.
If a shark is sighted, leave the water quickly and calmly. But it also says do not provoke or harass a shark, even a small one.
Don't taunt the shark.
Don't.
Neener. You can't catch me, shark. Your mama's a whale. Be alert to the presence of dolphins as they are prey for some large sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Do not swim near people fishing. Okay, I'm done. Do not swim near people fishing. It's later with Mo Kelly.
Mind the hooks.
You should be more afraid of the fishing hooks. Yes.
Don't bite down on anything that looks like bait.
Mark.
No matter how tasty it looks.
Mark, can you do the news, please?
Okay, hit it, Stefan.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
We talk about the economy oftentimes on this show. And sometimes people, when you say economy, it means different things to different people. And I know a lot of people look at the economy just through their personal lens. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. If a person doesn't have a job or their friends don't have a job, they say the economy's bad. That's not exactly how the economy is measured, but that's how some people view the economy. But more generally, people think of the economy through an employee's eyes. Most people are more employees than employers. And there's some who are business owners may look at the economy through like a small business or even a large business's eyes or an employer's eyes. And I came across this list. It was up in the LA Daily News, and they compiled a list of states, the top 10 states, as far as best balancing how businesses see the economy and how employees see the economy. And they created a scorecard measuring the most balanced state economies. So here are the top 10 states, according to the LA Daily News, about the states which have the best economic balance between employees and employers or workers and bosses, however you want to characterize it. Coming in at number 10 of the best balanced economies, Texas. We're doing a list, so you know California's on this list somewhere. Texas comes in at number 10. Number 9. California. We beat Texas. So all the people who are leaving California for Texas, it's better here, according to this list.
No, don't discourage them. Go ahead and go.
and take someone with you. Take a friend. Number 8. Of the best balanced economies between bosses and workers, New Jersey comes in at number 8. New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey. Number 7. Connecticut. Hey, Mark, I don't know about you, but growing up, and even to this day, there's some words I've always struggled to spell.
Really?
Massachusetts and Connecticut.
That stuff gets drilled into you, but maybe not anymore.
It does, but it always looks wrong to me.
What about Mississippi?
M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I. That's how I learned how to spell Mississippi, which comes in at number 49, by the way.
When you put it that way, then you completely throw me off.
Yeah.
I will say, Massachusetts is one of those that you never know if it's right unless you look it up yourself.
Thank goodness for spell check.
Yeah.
Give me the little red squiggly line. I'll figure it out from there. If you're going to laugh, damn it, give me a damn rim shot. Don't laugh at my jokes.
Quit working the ref.
No. Come on now. It's almost like you're putting up your hand saying 2 points, and you're not going to put it on the scoreboard. You got to put it on the scoreboard.
He was waiting for you to say something funny.
Number 7 is Connecticut. Number 6. New Hampshire. But who the hell wants to live in New Hampshire?
Nobody.
Ooh.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't. Look, it's probably too slow for me.
I don't think you'd like it there.
I've been to Connecticut, haven't been to New Hampshire. In other words, I've seen the Northeast. I just don't know. And also, I think the weather must be horrible in the winter.
Stay here.
Okay.
Just stay here.
Number 5. Spell it, Mark Ronner. Massachusetts, go.
Massachu. Massachusetts. Oh, you screwed me up when you did that before, right? Massachusetts.
See, I can't remember if it's
Wrong.
You got it wrong?
You got to be looking at it. You got to.
That's what we were saying.
That's the whole point.
It's Massachussetts.
Okay, so one
Where did I go
secondary
You
S.
said you said 2 S's.
S's. Yeah, you said 2 S's
Before
two
the
T's at
T's.
the end. Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Mea culpa. What do you want from me? Let's just move on.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Number 4 of the best balanced state economies. Florida coming in at number 4.
I don't believe that.
Look, I just read this stuff. I can't actually verify or validate it.
Okay.
Best balance between bosses and workers, employers and employees. As far as how they view the economy, not like best place to work. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say because they have both Disney World and Universal Orlando. I mean, does that count for anything?
Well, they're more looking at if you look at the economy through the eyes of an employee, how does it look?
So this is not objective.
It's not science. No, it's all
vibes.
Subjective. Yeah, subjective.
Okay.
All right. Number 3. Colorado. I wouldn't want to live there, wouldn't want to work there. But,
The shark bat repellent works there.
Number 2. Mark Ronner, I want your honest opinion, the state of Washington.
Yeah, I'll buy that. Mostly on the east side of the state, which supports the west side of the state, which hates the east side of the state.
The east side is where all the tech companies are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the west side is where Mark Furman had a radio show. So there's your
I thought he was close. I thought he was on the east side, like closer to Idaho.
Did I get west and east mixed up on top of misspelling Massachusetts? Okay, yeah, west is where Seattle is.
Okay.
Time to go home. No. Okay, west is Seattle, east is Spokane and the Nazis.
Got it. Good to know. And coming in at number 1 is the best balanced state in an economic sense between bosses and workers. state of Virginia or the Commonwealth of Virginia, however you want to characterize it. Nothing was all that special to me about Virginia.
Yeah, how do you make any sense of that at all?
I don't know.
That's just a flat line.
It's Virginia. I mean, it's a beautiful looking state. I've never worked there. I can't say I live there. I spent enough time there, but I would much rather live or work in Maryland or D.C. as opposed to Virginia in that particular region.
I'd live in Maine and be Stephen King's neighbor.
Yeah, I was listening to you talk about the story of him shutting down his 3 radio stations. That's very unfortunate.
That doesn't really bode well for us, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, if there's a sign, that's a sign. When we come back, we will be sure to give you your chance to win the first pair of our tickets to Grits and Glamour featuring Lori Morgan and Pam Tillis. We're going to be giving away tickets for most of the evening. And also we're going to talk about Wendy's giving away free Frosties. And Mark, you were saying which flavor?
Salted caramel Frosties. I'm not a big dessert person, but those sound really good. I got to try one of those.
Okay, Ed Garrigus is probably listening right now. We'll see if we can make that happen.
I hope so, because Frosties rule.
Oh, they're really good. They're really, really good. And I'm not a Frosties type person or a milkshake type person, but
it's that in between. You can't describe it exactly. It's just damn good.
Do you eat it with a spoon or a straw?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Well, we need to take some for a test drive.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
And we love Wendy's up here. Wendy's is giving away the gift of free Frosty treats this whole holiday season. Today, Wendy's announced that its Frosty key tags are going to be available for purchase in its restaurants and app from December 9th until February 15th of next year. For $3, customers can get unlimited free Junior Frosty treats with the purchase from December 9th through the end of next year. I hope I'm reading that correctly because it says December 31st, 2025. Proceeds from each Frosty key tag will directly benefit the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, a nonprofit organization that works to find permanent homes for children in foster care here in the U.S. and Canada. Now, also we said we're going to be giving away some tickets, and they are for tomorrow night. I'm talking about the Grits and Glamour Tour, Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan at La Mirada Theater. The show is tomorrow evening. Mark, when is the show?
That would be tomorrow evening. Did I get that right?
Yeah, Stefan, when is the show?
Sounds like tomorrow evening.
Okay, so if we give away these tickets, you have to be available to go to the show tomorrow evening.
Sorry, when?
Tomorrow evening.
Thank you.
That would be December 5th, to be specific. So if you're not available to see Grits and Glamour tomorrow night, December 5th at La Mirada Theater, don't call in. Don't be that person who calls and says, "Hey, are you giving away something? What did I win? What did I win? I can't go tomorrow. So can I get something else?" No, don't be that person.
Especially if you knew the whole time.
The whole time. Mark, what movie is that from? The whole time.
I'm not sure. Which is it?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, come on.
The big reveal scene, Sally Field.
Rewatching that, sorry to digress, but rewatching that as an adult, I was like, dude, she killed it in that spot because she had so many emotions in 12, 13 seconds, from anger to mistrust to.
She should have gotten an Oscar for that.
I mean, that was insane to see her go through all those emotions.
I don't know who was up for Best Supporting Actress that year. I do know that Sally Field should have won it regardless. And I'm like that. Do I watch all the movies? No, but I know that the stuff that I watch, certain things just jump out at me and stick out. And that particular scene of that particular movie, I just thought was legendary.
Well, maybe if there were more specific awards like MTV has, like Best Shock Reaction to a Crossdresser.
I hate you, Mark Ronald.
Your Honor, please.
Come on, Foosh.
I mean, every Saturday, it's one day a week. That's not enough. I have to be with my children.
Hey, Foosh, can you find that scene for me real quick? Oh, yeah, we're giving away tickets. Kind of got sidetracked there. Grits and Glamour. Pam Tillis, Lori Morgan at La Mirada Theater tomorrow evening, December 5th. If you would like to go, we have a pair of tickets, maybe more, but we'll start off with a pair right now. A pair of tickets to see Grits and Glamour. Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan, get your country music on at La Mirada Theater tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Daniel! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! The whole time you were, the whole time!
Oh.
Okay, Mark, do you remember now?
It sounded like you were playing something dirty. I kind of tuned out for a second.
Well, okay, well, you're not wrong, because when you listen to it with no real context.
without the
beginning,
visuals.
Yeah. So let's listen to it again just to make sure that it's as dirty as we think it is.
Daniel!
Yes.
Daniel!
Yes.
Oh my God!
Say my name.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my God!
Playing.
The whole time you were, the whole time!
Yeah. Sally was digging that moment.
The only thing missing is the guitar with that.
We got at least one pair of tickets. Now, it's up to Tual if he wants to give away more. It's up to him.
What caller, though?
Well, how about caller number 5 and anybody else you want to give tickets to? It's up to you. Caller number 5. You get to choose. We have tickets for Grits and Glamour, Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan tomorrow night at La Mirada Theater, December 5th. Go get your country music on. It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
More stimulating talk. No login required. KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live.